Why are football managers like Jose Mourinho and Sir Alex Ferguson paid huge sums of money to give talks to business schools and Fortune 500 companies across the world? What do they know about business? There are major comparisons between football leadership and business leadership, and we discuss this on the show. This is two mates talking about something we all love, football. Just like you and your mates sat in the front room, at the stadium, in the pub, or with a bit of sunshine in a beer garden, we discuss all current topics. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. But to quote the famous words of Bill Shankly, some people think football is a matter of life and death. I assure you, it's much more serious than that. So sit back and enjoy two mates talking football leadership. Welcome to another show of Two Mates Chatting Football. Ash, you want to give everyone a hello?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show.
That's your little liner, isn't it, now? Is that what you go with each time?
Yeah, it's just easy, you know. I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah, cool. Fair enough. Right, let's get into this straight away. We've been looking into something. We've had a little bit of a discussion back and forth. And I said to Ash, Premier League captains, I want him to go with top 3. He's been loving doing it so much, he's come up with top 5. So I'll leave it to Ash on the dance floor to go through with us captains in the Premier League era and why.
So this is purely my opinion. And I'm going to name 5 captains. And I've based it on longevity at the club and trophies won. And then I will number them 1 to 5. So the top 5 captains in my era that I feel in the Premier League that have been fantastic is Patrick Vieira,
okay,
Roy Keane, Vincent Kompany, Steven Gerrard, and your mate John Terry.
I thought you were going to miss him out there.
You're almost crying, aren't you?
So Patrick Vieira, Vincent Kompany, Roy Keane, JT, and Stevie G. Okay.
That's it.
So that's purely okay. So, all right. So, without you going into too much stuff there, all out of the 5, 4 of them have won Premier League titles, but Steven Gerrard didn't.
Correct.
So we're looking at just Premier League. So would you still be Stevie G?
Well, I mean. He's a captain of a club in a Premier League. So, yeah, he'll still be in the top 5 for longevity. And, you know, I haven't based it just on winning the Premier League trophy. I based it on their careers and what they brought to the club over that period of time and how much influence they had as leaders.
So let's go through that now then. Do you want to explain your reasons, please?
Top 5?
Yeah.
Here we go. Top 5. Number 1. And, of course, my favourite, Roy Keane.
Tell me more.
Why Roy Keane? He was at Man United for, I believe, 11 years. 7 Premiership titles, more than all the others. Champions League, 4 FA Cups, and an International Cup on top. I'm not counting the Community Crap Shield because it's just, you know, anyone can win that.
Okay, fair enough. It's your opinion.
Number 2, and this is where it gets... There's little reasons why. Number 2, it was a toss-up between John Terry and Vincent Kompany. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Who's won more Premier League titles, John Terry or Vincent Kompany?
John Terry.
Correct.
Yeah.
He has. So the reason why John Terry nipped Vincent Kompany to second is because of that Champions League and UEFA Cup win.
Okay. Remember, he didn't play in the final. He sacrificed himself in the semis.
But he still dressed up like a full kit plonker to win his trophy, so give him credit.
That's what you got to do. That is what you got to do. And remember, he had the slip in the final as well against you guys.
Yeah, but he still won. Yeah, exactly. 2 Champions League finals, still won it.
Yeah.
You know, longevity. A massive influence in them getting to the final as well.
Yeah.
You know, proper leader. You know, they miss a player like him now.
Leader, captain, legends.
Next, Vincent Kompany. 3rd. Amazing amazing career at Man City. Everything he won. I mean, what he's won is he won 4 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups, and 4 League Cups. Just nothing in Europe. And he was there for, I believe, 9 years. And you could tell when he left what a big miss he was.
Yeah, I think one thing that reminds me of Vincent Company, and it's the same as the Torres orgasm, is "Where do you want your statue, Vincent Company?"
Yeah.
When he scored that goal. I'll tell you one thing, Gary Neville, just talking a little bit to the side here, he comes up with some good stuff, like those little lines.
Gary Neville is my favourite.
Yeah.
I'm not. Oh yeah, typical United fan. I know, my favourite.
Yeah.
No, he's very knowledgeable, and I can listen to him for ages.
Yeah. Okay, so you've gone with Vincent Company. Do you want to just tell everyone again why that is?
Longevity, what he done over and what he won over that period of time, and he was at the time of a transformation of Man City, so he was a huge part in them winning. You know, their first trophy, then their second, their third, their fourth league title, and he oversaw that whole period.
Okay, so fourth,
Patrick Vieira.
Talk to me.
Patrick Vieira was at Arsenal for about 9 years, and he was an absolute midfield colossus there. He was massive there. He was a fantastic player. I mean, listen, you know, the geezer's won World Cups, European Championships, but that's beside the point. You know, he won 3 Premier League titles and 3 FA Cups in 9 years with the Gunners, including the unbeaten season.
Yeah, invincible.
So he's fourth on my list and he picks Gerrard there only because obviously of the the more league titles. And then fifth, I have to give it to Gerrard because he was at Liverpool, you know, from a young boy. He was captain for them for a good 10 years.
Yeah.
He won everything except the league. You know, we're talking 2 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, Champions League, UEFA Cup, and UEFA Super Cup. Pretty good.
They did a treble, didn't they? They did what they do. They won the Carling, the UEFA,
FA, and UEFA.
Yeah.
Michael Owen when he was good.
All right. So those are that's the glitz and the glam of the Premier League. That's the glitz and the glam. Yeah. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here now.
Oh no.
Outside of the top 6, outside of Premier League winners, let's look at maybe, 12th, like 8th, the teams which shouldn't be there, but they've got a captain like that pushes them through and gets them to win those games and get them over the line. Who stands out to you?
I don't know why I'm thinking of him, but his personality, Paolo Di Canio, West Ham.
Okay. Well, why not?
He was, and it proved the way he manages clubs as well. He's just an all-round leader and fighter, and he's the sort of guy that would get everyone in the dressing room on his side. And if you weren't on his side and you weren't performing well, you'd be quite scared.
Well, do you know what? Like, I can agree with that. And the reason why I come up with this conversation at the top captains was when I was listening to the High Performance podcast, and I can't remember who was on it, and they were talking about captains, and they just spoke about influences that a player has on a team. And it doesn't need to be this big chest up, going to control everything. Like, a player goes out there and they give everything, they give them their all. And I think a really good example of that was David Beckham. Now I know that he might captain United every game now and then, maybe, but with England, all of those games and the Simeone thing, then to come back, then to score that Greece free kick after getting death threats from his family, and then to score the penalty against Argentina when we needed to win that game to go through to the next round, and then just everything else he's done. And I just think, and I think you can probably see the same with Harry Kane now. Like, he's probably not the strongest in the dressing room because he's got a bit of a speech impediment, but he gives everything that he can to offer, and the players see that and they want to be part of that.
Yeah, I mean, Harry Kane, David Beckham. I don't know, like player for player. I don't know, like who had more influence on the pitch and scored it. Beckham scored defining goals in defining moments. I'm yet to see Harry Kane do that. He hasn't led Tottenham to a title, FA Cup, League Cup. You know, Beckham scored in the Champions League group game in '99. He scored 2 unbelievable free kicks to get us the draw against Barcelona. And you talk about the Greece goal. Harry Kane, you know, this year everyone's talking about, is he going to leave Spurs? Yeah. He needs to leave Spurs or win a title with Spurs to be regarded as one of the best.
Yeah, but remember, he also knocked away all those penalties in the World Cup as well.
Fantastic. Where do we finish in the World Cup? 3rd? 4th? No, 4th, because Belgium beat us again.
Yeah, but he can't do everything, though, can he? He can't do everything.
No, he can't. You're right.
Give us a sec. You know, Harry Kane scoring those goals in the World Cup. I know you're saying that. Look, the only reason why I brought this up literally was because of the captain situation, and you've gone with, you know, big players like central defence. Okay, so here's a question for you. Do you agree with captains being up top?
It depends, you know. I mean, I'm looking through these 5 captains and I've based them on, like I said, longevity and what they've won.
Yeah.
The only captain I think of was Jamie Vardy captain of Leicester when they won the league. I don't know, but I can't think of too many captains.
No, Morgan.
Wes Morgan was. Sorry. Yeah. I think there must be something to do with leadership in defenders, goalkeepers, and midfielders, because none of these players I've mentioned are strikers. They're all defenders and central midfielders. None of them, they're all amazing players, but none of them are like your skillful players. And there must be something in that position that commands that they're the leaders of the pitch.
I think
they're the leaders of the team. Sorry.
Well, it all starts from the back, doesn't it? And they can actually still see it. And you can actually, you know, Rio for United, he could direct players in different places, you know. But who was captain of United when United won those 4 leagues in a row, was it? 3 or 4, when after Chelsea?
There was a mixture between Rio, Rooney, God, who else did we have? Matic and Evra.
But I think, I think it was mainly Rio, though, wasn't it? I think.
Possibly. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. No, look, that's why I brought it up, because I think, you know, I know they only won 1 title, but Blackburn, Tim Sherwood. Interesting, because I listened to his interview the other week, and you know, the guy is a natural born leader as well. Like,
yeah, definitely.
And to do what they did, he bought into the idea that what Kenny Dalglish had. He dropped down into the lower league, come up with them, and then they finished like 4th that year, and then I think they won it the next season after that, which is incredible. So to have a captain, English as well. Okay, so what are your thoughts on having foreign captains in English clubs?
I think there's such an influx of foreign players now that it doesn't matter. I mean, everyone was going mad about Arsenal back in the day because they were one of the first clubs, and Chelsea as well, that predominantly were all foreign players. At one point, I don't think Chelsea had an Englishman.
I think we were the first team, Chelsea, to field an all foreign team in the Premier League. Yeah.
So, it don't bother me. You know, they're leaders. Leaders are leaders. Doesn't matter where they're from. And, you know, they like I said, longevity. They would have been at a club maybe 2 or 3 years before they got their captaincy. They wouldn't have got the captaincy straight away. Team would have got it off of Alistair or Bruce.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell someone's a leader when they've got a nose like Steve Bruce.
Yeah, of course. He's taken a few punches.
He's hit a few walls, I think. So moving on from this then, so you've got your heart set on that then. So let's go through this list again. You've gone with Roy Keane number 1, yeah?
Yeah.
Then who? JT?
Terry, Company, Vieira, Gerrard.
All right, that's your list. You're sticking with it.
Yep.
Okay.
Hit me with the opinions. Come on, fans. Go mental.
People, come in with your opinion. Jed, do you agree this is the top 5? Should it be in that order? You know, Roy Keane, should he be number 1? I don't know. Yeah, I think the top 5 you come up with is pretty good. I mean, Company was amazing. Keane as well. I think, and another reason why I come up with this is because what the manager is thinking needs to be put across to that player, and that player then needs to be able to be instructing on the pitch. And I just relate that to work. You know, like you can have a director of a company, CEO of a company, and they've got the people on the battlefield, and they've got somebody leading them through that. And that chain of command, that communication is so vital. And if you look, I mean, if you look at John Terry and Jose Mourinho, John Terry would have killed somebody for Jose Mourinho. Absolutely 100%. Killed him. Yeah. Roy Keane, he probably would have killed Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
But what they had an agreement that, you know, it was all about United and they were going to win everything they could. And then that's where they matched up. They might have disagreed on a few things, but they knew, you know, their blood, sweat and tears of United. And he knew that's what he was going to get from Roy Keane. Vincent Kompany, I mean, I think he was bought in for like 5 million or something like that from a Belgian team.
Anderlecht.
Yeah, just absolutely crazy. Stevie G, through and through Liverpool, would absolutely die for Liverpool. And I think for him to win the Champions League was amazing. It's a shame he had the slip against Chelsea, you know.
It's not a shame.
But yeah, well, exactly. You've got, look, the only way you win the league is by winning more games than others. And if you're going to have a slip and if you're going to have a Christian ball, then you're not going to get it, are you?
Exactly.
Yeah. And then the last one, Patrick Vieira, who probably one of the best Premier League signings of all time, coming for pittance from AC Milan, I think it was. AC Milan.
I don't know, probably a French. No, it had to be in a French club.
No, I think he was at Monaco. Then he went to AC, and then he come. Yeah.
No, you're talking about Thierry Henry.
No, Thierry never come from AC.
He come from Juventus. Here he is.
What? Are you Googling it?
Always.
Okay, go on. Go on. I'm sure he come from AC Milan. Come on, people, comment in.
Here he is.
Go on.
Uh-oh. Hey. Oh, he did.
Thank you very much. I think we're about evens. In these 6 episodes, I think we're about evens and catching each other out. So
yeah.
We're not going to know everything. It's impossible to know everything, but we can enjoy the conversations we have and enjoy it. Yeah. So looking back at the teams or the managers which you predicted for the week, did you have a look to see how you did?
Who did? Sorry.
You're reading a message, are you?
No.
The games that we went through for manager v manager against each other last week.
Right.
Did you have a look and see how you did?
No, I don't think I've done great.
Well, it wasn't the games. It was manager v manager. So I think Bielsa.
It's like the FA Cup games.
Yeah. I mean, well, I'll tell you what, Sheffield United gave us a good run. It wasn't an easy win for us.
No, and I don't even want to, I mean, obviously United fan, but, you know, it's just on two sides, you have to be realistic. Extremely disappointed, big opportunity. We lost it, but in the same point, we played 4 more games in the same period in March than Leicester, and we had the AC Milan game in between, which was really tough. Our players are knackered, and we had 4 players coming back from injury. I don't think we stood a chance against Leicester. They're a good team as well.
An amazing team, yeah. All right, so last question here, and it's something that's been spoken about quite a bit. And let's look, United's hot news. Yeah, let's just get back to them. Yeah, Ollie has come out and said, trophies are egos. We're looking for progress every year. So if he doesn't win the Europa this year, but he still finishes second in the league. Is that a failure?
No, it's progress compared to where we finished last year. And as a United fan, I keep seeing from the beginning what he's doing. He's building and building and building. You know, our youth setup is amazing. The players he's getting in is better than what, the other managers are getting in, but I do question a couple of his tactics and the way we play sometimes. But then again, it comes back to the bald scenario. Have they backed him? Absolutely not. This summer, we bought one player, Donny van de Beek, who's clearly okay, but he's never going to push us to a next level. So if he gets second, it's progress, but he's got to win a trophy. He has to win a trophy at some point. If you want to, look, people don't remember who finished second, third, or fourth. Wenger's probably got a trophy of about 100 times he finished fourth. Doesn't mean anything. You want that trophy. You want a trophy. You want
four, but when he said how important top four was, and everyone took the mick out of him, it's pretty clear, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, it's money. Football's business now. That's why we're having this conversation. Because as much as we love football and we love everything about it, it's also part business, leadership, and everything else involved. So, yeah, top four is a massive thing now.
What I respect about United and what they've been trying to do, and it means they're not getting the players because of it, is that they want a guy that wants to fight for United. They've got a point to prove. They're a young player, or they're an Edison Cavani that's lost his role at PSG and he wants to come to the league, do well there. And then you got, whether it's success or not, you've got that kid Dan James who gives his heart all the time. And then you've got Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, whatever. But like those are players which will bleed United. And all the other players look to do is bleed them of money. Like, we can look back now and say Sanchez was not a good signing. It was purely just to make sure City didn't get him.
The Sanchez signing was pathetic. That's why Ollie, when he buys a player, he buys them that they want to play for United. And also he looks at the background check. Bruno Fernandes, prime example. When Sporting Lisbon were going through all their turmoil and everything, and all their players were jumping and leaving, he stayed there. He captained them. And, he was on his wage and whatever. He didn't get increases or anything. He stayed loyal to them. And you can tell he is really an unbelievable captain in the making. He should be our captain, but that's another story. He is an unbelievable leader. You can see every time he shouts to Maguire, you are rubbish and slow. You can clearly see that. The same when he says to Lindelof, he has sparked something in United that has got us to where we are now. But now the players around him need to perform better. And he does bring out better performances in those players. He is a real leader. He's, if you take Bruno Fernandes' goals and assists out of our since he joined, I think we'll be 8th.
All right. So to round this up now, who is grabbing 4th space? That's my last question, and we're going. Who is getting fourth place?
I think the top 4 as it is stands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see Tottenham getting anywhere near. I don't see West Ham. I see Chelsea just progressing. I see Leicester just about holding on, because they would have learned from last year that, last year they was in such a good position. They lost it.
I hope they would have learned their lesson, yeah?
Top 4, Man City win the league, United 2nd, Chelsea 3rd, Leicester 4th. Done.
Not as it is at the moment, then.
Well, it's the top 4.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, who's going to grab 4th space? So Leicester's going to grab 4th, then, yeah?
Yeah, but they're already in the top 4, so they're already getting Champions League.
No, I said 4th space. I think the top 3 is already done. 4th space. So you're saying Chelsea will.
Yeah, listen, I know you're a Chelsea fan, but you're 4th, mate. Don't cry about it. You're 4th.
I know we're 4th, yeah. That's all right. If you're not first, you may as well be 4th. You celebrate 2nd, mate. You enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself there. We've got Porto in the quarters. Quarters. Easiest game out of all of them, thank God. And
you're getting to the semis, mate. Tuchel, Toshel.
Let's see what happens.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, cool. Ash, been a pleasure. Another week of it.
Always.
Everyone comment. Let us know your top 5 captains in the Premier League era. Let us know if you think Ashley's all wrong. And I'd love to hear a captain outside of that Premier League winners that you think has been unbelievable and, kept teams up, not just won titles, but actually kept teams up as well. Thanks a lot, Ash. Signing out. I will see you next week.
Take care.
Thanks for tuning into the show, guys. This is a weekly podcast where me and my mate are having a chat about things that happen in the week of football and the comparisons with business leadership and football leadership. That's what we're looking to discuss. It should have the feeling of you when you sat around with your mates having a chat about the game and breaking the whole thing down. There's some controversy, there's some people that have different opinions. Write in, comment, let's hear your thoughts on the game, let's hear your thoughts on our opinions. But give it a thumbs up, give it a share, let's get the subscribers up so everyone can enjoy two mates talking football leadership.